consisting of all these. What was that? S. Is it Dongsoo? Or is they get closing? Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Mimi and today I'm going to be reacting to Solo Leveling episode 13. You aren't E rank, are you? Oh, are people gonna now know that he's no more an E rank? Like, is he coming out of the shadows? I don't know. I'm excited for that. Last episode, he became a necromancer. He kept, about to say he keeps solo leveling, but he's not solo anymore because now he has a shadow army that he can control, including Igris the Blood Red. Oh my goodness. So, that was last episode, and before we get into this one, if you guys have my reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and please consider supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. And now let's start this episode, and here we go.
Okay guys, in case the reaction gets blocked and I had to cut out the reaction itself, you can just look in the pinned comment in the comment section where for the link to the reaction highlight itself, so you can just click on it, watch it, and then you just come back for my review.
No, where's my song? This one looks interesting. I wonder who's singing this one. Oh, Felix of Stray Kids! Oh my god, that was Felix. Yeah, it is him. It's been like so long since I've listened to Stray Kids. He always has a deep voice. Oh my gosh. Felix. Oh. Of course. Probably because of her mom, right? Nope. Mm-hmm. Nope. Hmm? Where are you going? Where are you taking her? Uh-oh. 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 He's just here to kill. Why does his voice sound familiar? Because US rank and he's A. Why does this sound like Sukuna? Jujutsu Kaisen Sukuna. Well, like the beasts can fly? The beasts like on Jeju Island? I was talking, I've missed it. Excuse me. No longer E rank.
B 級が5名 C 級が2名の8名編成。
残酷な現実を知れば考え直すと思ったが戦力型だな。簡単にクリアされたら意味ないぞ。
なくならないようご見学だけでお願いしますね。
心得ています。
Try to limit. Also, he was hoping that she would find the raids way too dangerous and quit on her own. But with this raid being consisting of all these, what was that?
何かがおかしい。この不吉な違和感は。
S. Is it Dongsoo? Please, they get closer.
アンカーメイン攻撃隊に連絡してください。どうして C 級がレッドゲートになるんですか。今すぐそちらに向かいます。
Red Gate?
レッドゲートだ。
お兄さん、レッドゲートって何なんですか。
ボスを倒すかダンジョンブレイクするまで絶対に出られないし外からの助けも来ない。
じゃあここは C 級だから。ありがとうございます。
いや気にするな。
Why is this so cool?
俺たちの中で一番弱い2人を狙うとは2ヶ月前なら確実に俺だった。
Maybe this will dissuade her.
今のあれは。
いくら俺でも全員を率いることはできない。よってここからは二手に分かれて進むことにする。
何？
俺も一緒に。俺も。お前はダメだ。
Why?
見学のお前とボスを倒すにせよダンジョンブレイクを待つにせよ最悪の場合数ヶ月かかる。お荷物は置いていくしかないんだよ。
Wow.
私向こうに行ってもいい。
Oh, she noticed. She noticed.
キムさんはあの矢に気づきもしなかった。あなた E 級じゃないでしょ。よろしくね。どうも。
What's your name?
俺たちは開けた道なりに行く。幸運を祈る。
そっちこそどうかご無事で。
待て、あっちには C 級に B 級のパクヒジンもいる。なぜ俺はあいつがリーダーだと思ってるんだ。
Because he was that imposing. You're about to die?
お前ら死なねえことだけ考えてりゃいい。
Okay.
止まって。
どうしました？
見たらわかるでしょ。
ここが熊の縄張りなら森にいる間は熊にだけ気をつけていればいい。理性のあるアイスエルフよりはマシでしょ。一着ずつどうぞ。
あ、空間魔法。
あったけー。
お兄さんマジで何者。
Aww.
君は俺が連れてきたから責任を持って守ってやる。その代わり何も聞くな。俺には何も聞かず何も要求しないこと。
Why is he so hot? I haven't said anything up to this point, but it's like, why y'all make him hot?
称号
Don't overcame him. What?
キムハンターにかけるしかありませんね。
実はうちの攻撃隊の他にも中にいる人がいます。
ランクは
E 級です。しかし再覚醒者ではないかと。
それは確かですか。
Wait, is that Dongsoo? Okay.
ファンドンス。久しぶりだな、ベクユノコ。こんなとこで会うとは思わなかった。ギルドのゲートになぜ所属してねえ E 級のクズを入れた。何？ソンジヌって野郎だよ。こいつまで。これじゃ中でくたばっちまうな。
Don't worry, he's coming out.
ソンジヌ。 運のいい人だ。持ち合わせているだろうか。
Yep.
さすがレッドゲート。もらえる経験値が全然違う。
随分減ってきたけど、ソンハンターがほとんど倒しちゃったんじゃないですか？
まだ巣穴もあるはず。油断は禁物よ。
But if he kills them, then that means the elves will show up, right?
食後の運動って。
He's probably doing his daily quest.
数は同じくらいか。
Shadow Army.
出てこい。
Why did he not say arise? But get out here. Get over here. Ooh! Igris.
行け。
Igris just staying back, letting the others do the job. Well, that's gonna be Igris's opponent. Yeah. I knew they weren't gonna be. Oh!
イグリット。
Why do you keep saying Igrito? It's Igris. Golly. Wow.
Igris イグリットがずっと剣を使っていたなら、間違いなく俺がやられていたな。ご苦労だった。
Yeah. People died, right? Is he the only one?
こんなこと認めてたまるか。
Why all this happening? Ugh. This show's so bloody. Is he running away? That must be the boss of the dungeon, right? The throne! Is that gonna be some kind of round table, but square table or rectangle table around Jinwoo or something? You know, as I was watching the outro, and they keep showing the way Jinwoo used to be, but he sort of looked like he was sort of like mad a little bit, like in a corner of his mind or something, or other like that. And then you see the new Jinwoo, this confident, this sort of like leader, this king, the shadow monarch, whatever. And then you see shadow army also around and everything. And I'm like, and then there was a point in the outro as well where they had the old Jinwoo bloodied on a table, and then in my mind I'm thinking it's sort of like a symbolism for him sacrificing his old self to become his new self. And then at the end there you see him reaching out to his old self. I don't know, there's some kind of symbolism there that I don't want to dive too deep into. Oh my goodness, I feel like I want to know how much time has passed in between. Because when he first got back from the double dungeon, and then he started going through his training and he was in the hospital, you see he has changed, right? He looked grown up and he's changed, right? And then in this particular episode, he was sleeping because after all the ordeal that he's been through and everything, he probably was tired, so he was sleeping. And then his sister called him. He's like, "Did you forget about the parent-teacher meeting?" And he got himself all nice and everything, and he showed up in the school, and I'm like I didn't say anything, but even the girls were like, "What? He's a hunk." He seemed even taller, and his voice seems even deeper. And I'm like, what the heck? How much time has passed in between? Because I'm asking myself, okay, if the same. Wait a second. I'm about to say if the same time is passing in between, if the time rate is the same for him as it is for everybody else, then why does he look taller or older than everybody else around him? But then in this particular episode, the leader, the class, was he class B? I think he's B, right? The leader of the strike team here, I think he was B. At one point, he was saying something about if they spend like one day here is like an hour out there or something or other like that. I think that's what he said. So if that's the case, then it makes sense that he's spending maybe months and years inside the raid zone and whatnot, but it only be like a few hours outside. Okay, that makes sense, because I feel like he is growing up way too fast in the show. But if there's some kind of time difference, if there's some kind of time difference, then it makes sense. The way he just keeps looking hot. Hotter. Oh my goodness. Okay, so he went to the parent teacher school, right? And everything is okay with his sister. She's doing well. But then the teacher asked him, what if Gina has awakened? Would he allow her to leave school and become a hunter? And he's like, no, he wouldn't. And the teacher asked him that because of, what's her name? I know I wrote her name down at one point. I should have wrote like in parentheses who I was talking about. Only person that I could possibly believe would be her will be Sung Yi, but I'm not totally sure. You know what, let me double check. Yep, it is her. Okay. So Sung Yi, the reason why the teacher wanted to talk to him about that was because of Sung Yi. Because she has awakened, she has left school or has not been going to school and has been wanting to become a hunter. And Jinwoo, in trying to dissuade her of that, he didn't outright say, but he was trying to discourage her by taking her onto this raid. Thanks to manager An, I believe, yeah. He arranged this sort of like raid, and it's gonna be a form of training for their recruits, right? And he wanted Songi to accompany them so that, seeing how dangerous everything is, she would voluntarily not want to become a hunter anymore and just focus on her studies. But in the beginning, with manager on telling him like the ranks of each one, he's like, I feel like this is gonna be too easy with all these people that are sort of like higher ranked. He's like, okay, this is gonna be too easy this raid is gonna be too easy. So the goal that I had in mind was not gonna work. That's what he was thinking originally. But then they go inside, and then something happened, and I'm like, wait, what's going on? And Jinwoo notices it, and he just like grabbed her. I think he was trying to get her out before the gate closes, but he couldn't. He just got his head out in there and just told the manager to go inform the others, that this has sort of become, not sort of, it has become a red gate. And I'm like, what's a red gate? And then they explained it. A red gate is a gate where you step into it and you end up somewhere where you are completely cut off from the outside world. No one can come in and help you. And like the gate is shut off. No one can come from the outside. So the only way that you can get out of it is if there's a dungeon break or if you defeat the dungeon boss. So they are stuck in there. And then the enemies, Jinwoo said that the enemies usually are higher rank or upper level threats, basically. They're sort of more difficult to defeat. And just as he was saying that, there was this arrow that just flew and one of them just like died straight up. And Jinwoo caught the other arrow. And he said that these elves, ice elves, they targeted this particular person and Sung because they were the weakest, And he was saying that had he also not leveled up, he would have been among the first to have died, When he caught the arrow, the girl that was also on the team, he noticed it. And then when the leader of their strike team, they say his name, Kim Chul. When Kim Chul said that they needed to divide into two teams, Jinwoo's reaction was like, wait, what? And then the way the guy was talking, he knew what he was trying to do. Especially, it's like, okay, we're gonna divide into two teams. That's gonna be easier on us to survive. Crap. And there was one of them that wanted to join up with him, and he's like, no, you're not coming. And clearly that person was lower ranked, and he didn't want anyone that was gonna be lower ranked to accompany them, because that would be even more difficult for them to survive if they had to be worried about someone that ranked lower than them. He was trying to put together a smaller team of stronger members so that they have a better chance of surviving this raid. But the girl's like, I want to join Jinwoo, because she knew, that Jinwoo was strong. She said it, that even Kim Chul didn't notice the arrow, but Jinwoo did. So clearly, if he did and you didn't, he's clearly more perspective and more stronger than you. So she's like, I'm going with him, He's like, okay, whatever. So they went their separate ways, right? And as Kim Chul was going with his people, he's like, there was this bear that showed up, right? And he defeated it pretty easily. But then at one point he's like, wait, why did I assume that Jinwoo was the leader of that group when the girl is supposedly ranked higher than all the others over there? And I'm like, well, that's your instinct telling you that that guy is not no regular rank, E-rank hunter. But okay, he was going his way, and his people, like, nah, they all clearly died, and now he's running away from the ice elves. Right. Now on Jinwoo's side, he conjured up clothes for them because he's cold, and he just defeated. I feel like he's just the only one killing the bears. The others are not doing anything, but they are so shocked at how strong he is. And then even with that, they're like, and then he's still like trying to keep up in shape and everything. And I'm like, yeah, he's probably doing his daily quest. And he got away from the others, went to, probably he knew that there were going to be a lot of bears there, so he went there, summoned his shadow army, I guess for the first time around, and the Shadow Army was doing their thing, killing the bears. But then the leader of the bears showed up, and I'm like, that guy's probably gonna be Igris's opponent, because when the others were fighting the bears, he was standing next to Jinwoo there, and the bears, not the bears, the army, they did the best. They tried to do the best against this leader, but the leader of the pack, but now they were defeated. And then all the mana drained from Jinwoo, and then he's like, I can't summon them back, So he's like, okay, Igris, you go. Igris go. Or he said Igrit. Why is that? He keeps saying Igrit when the title says Igris. Like, why is that? But either way, he goes, and yeah, the bear was not a match for Igris. I believe I said this before. When they behead something or someone, it's always a shock to me. So at first, Igris sort of like sliced the bear's legs, but then the bear's like, I'm gonna fight even more, and then he just like cut off his head, and then that was it. I was like, oh. So after seeing Igris's performance, even Jin was like, wait, if he had been fighting with his sword the whole time that they were fighting, he would have died. And he even said it, that even like right now, Igris is probably still stronger than him. And I'm like, yeah, you got lucky. I feel like he gets lucky a whole lot in this show. Yes, he goes through a whole lot of hurt and pain, but he also gets very lucky, I feel like. Now, Dongsoo came from America to Japan to kill Jinwoo and Jinho, and manager Yu, I think that's his name, manager Yu, he went to the airport. Why would he, like, it's not like he could change anything, He said he's there to do his job. What would be his job? Like, if the guy wanted to kill Jinwoo, he can't do anything against Dongsoo. It seems like, wait, I said Dongsoo's voice sounded familiar to me. Let me see. Hwang Dongsoo's voice actor, Junichi Suwabe. This name is way familiar. I feel like I knew it. I'm like, he sounded like Sukuna to me. So it is him. Okay. I'm glad I was able to recognize his voice. So yeah, I'm like, okay, what is you gonna be able to do against Dongsoo? He's S, you're A. You're not gonna be able to do anything, but he's still accompanying Dongsoo like everywhere. And I'm like, why? What is this job that he's doing? Like, what is he doing there? I don't know. And with the Red Gate having happened, they called Baek. Baek showed up there, but there's really nothing he can do. Manager Ann told him that there was also this hunter, that rank hunter that joined. Well, he didn't say that at first. There was this other hunter that joined. He's like, okay, what rank is he? He's like, E rank. But I feel like he's reawakened. Did you prove it, or did you fact check it or something? It's like, no, not really. But then that's when Dongsoo showed up, and yeah, he was not really happy that he didn't get to see Jinwoo before this Red Gate happened. But then he's like, he's probably gonna die in there, and I'm like, no, he's not. And then manager Yu's like, you are probably lucky to have been stuck in that Red Gate in order not to face Dongsoo right now. But then he's like, is he gonna be able to survive it? And I'm like, yeah, he's going to. Clearly he's going to. He's the leader of the leader. He's the main character of the show. So he's not gonna die, And if he's gonna die, it's gonna be the very last episode. So we may be worried. There may be situations. Well, I'm about to say there may be situations in the show where I will be worried about him, but I'm like, am I really worried? Not really, because he's gonna make it either way. It's the other characters that around him that I will be like worried about. But if it's him, I'm like, nah, I'm not worried. Okay, thank you guys for watching, and if you like this reaction, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and if you want to see my reactions to the previous solo leveling episodes, there's a playlist that I created. The link is going to be in the pinned comment, and if you want to see my reaction to the very next episode 1 week early, the link is also in the pinned comment, so you can just click on it and you can check it out on my Patreon at patreon.com/feelingmini. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. 인명의 가면에 감췄던 살이 거기까지 시 그쳐봐도 배고픈 듯한 이제 만족해.